So this thing is pretty awesome. It's got a little trick up its sleeve. It's a convertible. You can take the prop ducts off. They're just screwed on to the motor base. So you can just unscrew the motors, remove the ducts. Well, I've just clipped them off, which I'll tell you why in a second. Remove the motors and then use different screws because the base has a thickness to it, and put the motors back on, which you may know I don't really like prop ducts, especially not on Cinewhoops. But before continuing, I want to make a little note about coupon codes, affiliate links, and all that stuff. So I would have stopped doing everything on YouTube a long time ago if it wasn't for the couple bucks that I make from Banggood and the other affiliate links that I use. It is by no means a significant amount of money, and it is really not worth the hourly time. However, I get to have fun doing what I do and help you guys out along the way and make a couple bucks as well. So Banggood has allowed me to start making custom coupon codes just for my channel, for me to distribute and give you guys. And yes, these are affiliate links. Yes, I do make a couple bucks from them, but you also save money in the process. And the real reason why I'm driving these links is because my Banggood representatives are, this is their job. This is their full-time job, is making money off these affiliate links as well. So they're really nice, and they really do help me. And I know we all think Banggood is kind of evil, but I mean, it's a necessary evil. It's going to exist no matter what. And I know a lot of you buy stuff from Banggood because I see what you buy. And yeah, if you are going to buy things, at least look at the codes and save money from whatever you're buying. Okay, continuing on. This thing is actually pretty awesome because so the last Cinewhoop that was good that I flew was the UAV something or other, which used the all-in-one whoop board, and it was the Crazy Bee board, so it can't really be trusted. And so this one uses the iFlight 16x16 stack, the recent 16x16 stack, which does have the pins between the boards, which is annoying, which does have the potential to break. However, this is the newest version of the stack with the connectors for the motor plugs. So like you can just plug and unplug the motors. It also has a Tarsier camera on board. It also has full-blown crossfire on board, which is freaking awesome, which adds a whole layer of quality to the whole thing. Now the frame is, as you see, a long frame. It's intended to put the long batteries on top, which is great. It's got the Tarsier up front. It has nice, good camera protection for the Tarsier in case you're gonna ram it into stuff. And the frame, as you can see, it's an H frame, and I'm not a huge fan of the frame design. However, it's totally fine. The weight of the frame, it's also using a real antenna on the back too. The weight of the frame, the weight of all this is not light. It's like 180 or 70 grams all of weight with a 2S 450 milliamp battery, which I would recommend more. The props are 2-inch props. They are 1104 8300 kV motors, so they are 2S motors, and I think it is a very suitable motor for this prop size, and that's one of the main reasons why I think it flies so well. Unfortunately, the frame is not large enough to fit 2.5-inch props. It will run into the body, and it will definitely not fit these nice, wonderful 3-inch props, the 3020 props from HQ, which are actually really awesome. I highly recommend these 3020 props, but I think you need a little bit more motor than an 1103. They would be good on an 1104 or a 120 something or other, or a 1304 as well. Continuing with this, so let's take a look at the prop ducts. The prop ducts, as you can see, are a little bit larger than most prop ducts on other quads. And as I showed on the UAV, here you go, you can see. As I showed on the UAV, I think that might be why they don't impact performance quite as much as other prop ducts or guards. And the prop also sits at the lower edge of the rim of the prop guard as well, so there really isn't a lot of stuff underneath the prop obstructing all the thrust. Unfortunately, with the all-up weight of this thing, these plastic things don't hold up very well. I cracked one entirely off by running into a branch, so I just decided to clip all of them off, and I clipped them off because I am just way too lazy to undo that many screws and then look for screws that are suitable for the motors and then screw them all back on. And I had already broken a bunch of these pegs anyways, so I just clipped them off. To my surprise, the performance did not change night and day. Not actually to my surprise. I expected it not to change night and day because it performed really well with the ducts on, with the prop guards on. With them off, it was a whole level of performance higher, but not drastic. Absolutely not drastic. It's great with the prop guards on. It just weighs too much for those prop guards to actually hold up to crashes or bumping into stuff. And I understand the necessity for the ducts or for the guards in a Cinewhoop style flying so that you can run into stuff and just kind of bounce off things, but that's essentially all they're good for. And I personally would prefer not to have I mean, just don't hit stuff. Just don't hit stuff. And props, this small, I don't really think they're going to cause a whole lot of harm, a whole lot of damage. So all in all, this Cinewhoop takes the crown for me for the best performing Cinewhoop I have flown thus far. It is not the most powerful. The UR-UAV one is definitely a lot more powerful, but this one performs the best. It has the best evenness to the throttle. It has the best like in control feeling. It has fantastic throttle control, which is the thing that most of these Cinewhoops just suck at. Like, you can actually stay low to the ground. You actually have a good handle on the throttle with the prop guards on or off. However, it is not without flaw. I love this thing. It flies great, but it definitely has some flaws. Number one flaw being that I really wish that the frame was large enough to fit 2.5-inch props without the prop guards on. Really a missed opportunity in my opinion. I also think it weighs a little bit much, and I think it is going to be somewhat easy to break the, I believe, 3mm bottom plate. It's just too heavy for these tiny little arms, in my opinion. I do expect them to break if you're going to be doing crazy bashing and smashing, but that's not what this thing is intended for. It's intended for Cinewhoop flying style. The other main issue with it is that with this kind of all-up weight in 150 gram and up, you really do need higher volts. And the main reason for increased voltage is to deal with weight and amps specifically. So on a 450 milliamp 2S battery, this thing has awful flight time. It's going to give you maximum 2 minutes with your battery just exhausted. You will need at least a 600 milliamp battery, and I don't know if they make more than about a 520 milliamp long style battery, which is what this thing is intended to carry, is that long style battery. However, if you can find a 600 and up, oh, actually no, PureFlip does make a 600 milliamp. I don't know if they have a 2S version of the 600. Oh, they should have a 2S version. I would definitely go with a minimum of a 600 milliamp battery for this quad, and you can't expect more than about 2 minutes. I wish they had made it 3S so they could manage the weight a little bit better. 4S would have been even better. The stack does handle 4S. And then another note about the Tarsier camera. The Tarsier camera is, I hope I'm saying it correctly, the Tarsier camera is the best performing split type camera that we've seen yet. The HD quality is a teensy bit better than all the other cameras. The dynamic range is still not good. The FPV quality, however, is night and day better than all other split type cameras. In my opinion, I think the FPV view is among the very best FPV views in FPV. I think it's almost on par with the Micro Eagle, which is still, in my opinion, the very best FPV view that we have access to. And that's fantastic, and that's what really sets the Tarsier apart from all other cameras. The issue is that the user experience of the Tarsier is so freaking awful, primarily because you don't know what the darn thing is doing. It doesn't come with Wi-Fi passcode in the box, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's just awful. I don't know why the stupid thing switches from 16.9 to 4.3. Like, I didn't do anything. I didn't push any extra buttons. I just plugged in another battery and it flipped to 16. I can't tell if it's recording. I don't know if it's saving. I don't know if it saves if I unplug the battery, because once it did, but then I tried it again and it didn't. It just is awful. Just the user experience of the Tarsier is just the worst. Now, it's not a whole lot worse than all the other split cameras, but come on, it's just so bad. All in all, if I was going to spend my own money on a Cinewhoop product, this is easily the one I would go for. However, I still don't like this product, because if I was to make it myself or alter it, I would, number one, have a frame that had replaceable arms, because it is carrying enough weight to break arms pretty easily. Number two, the frame would absolutely be able to fit 2.5-inch props without the prop guards, or 3-inch props would be great too. Number three, it would definitely be made for 3S or 4S. It would not be made for 2S at all at this all-up weight. And number four, I really wish that I could fix the stupid user experience of the Tarsier, but that's really beyond anybody's ability, because who knows why the people that make these things do the things that they do. Okay, I had something to say about dentistry, but I don't remember, so I'm just going to tell you to floss for now, and take care, and I have a really awesome video coming up at the end of this month. Just freaking awesome. Stay tuned for that. Take care, bye.